Welcome back to our channel, everyone. Again, with you, Omar from Brownsburg Motorsports. Today we have a 2014 BMW X1 28i XDrive. That means it is equipped with the N20 engine. That's the four-cylinder turbo engine 2.0. And we're going to be showing you the step-by-step on how to remove and replace the AC compressor. So without further ado, let's go ahead and jump straight to it. All right, first thing we have 1, 2, 3, and 4 tabs that are on the side. I already went ahead and disconnected them. The way they sit is they get pushed like that. So we just use a flathead and push them out, all 4 of them. Then we have a connector right here. I'm gonna see if I can use my flathead. The connector you just push on the tab and you pull it out. If it's stuck with you, use the flathead from the bottom or use a pick. I'm gonna leave that connector there on the side. Then we have a hose clamp over there and a hose clamp over there. I'm gonna actually grab another screwdriver. Let me see if this would fit. This is perfect. Yes. That's one hose clamp. Then the second one, you might, if you don't have a short hose clamp, if you don't have a short flathead, you can use, I believe it's a 6mm on a ratchet. I think it's a 6mm or a 7. Let's find out. There's a 6. I'll just use my 6mm right there. All right, now I can go ahead and disconnect this from here. You can disconnect this that hose or leave it, and then you have the two 10mm that are on the side. Perfect. All right. We're gonna go ahead and remove this piece over here as well. We have a T20 there and a T20 there, and by T20, this is the socket I'm talking about. It's a torque bit. Is it T20 or T25? It's a T20. Okay, I grabbed the T25 then. This is a T15. Let me try. It might be T15. Yep, it is a T15, and I'm gonna use my same ratchet. As you see, I already got started on this. If you guys could see that. You don't have to remove all of this. I'm just doing all of this for the so you guys could see it better. All right. Next one. That's what the screw looks like. Now we can go ahead and remove this and this out of the way so you guys could see. Moving on to the next step. All right, the next step, we're going to go ahead and remove the belt around the AC compressor. The tensioner is right there. I'm going to put my socket right where my finger is at. I'm going to turn it clockwise. Yep. And it's held on like that. I'm going to release my belt. There you go. Perfect. All right, belt is released. And you can go ahead and push it to the side now. You only got the crank pulley, the alternator, AC compressor, and tensioner with a pulley on it. Moving on to the next step. All right, so the next step is we're going to go ahead and disconnect the charge pipe from the throttle body. I went ahead and lifted up the vacuum hose that goes in that clamp right there. And then I use my flathead to push the clip up. I'm talking about this clip right here. That's the clip I'm talking about. Just use a flathead and lift it up. And now you should be able to. There we go. It takes a little bit of wobbly here and there. But if yours is stuck, you can go ahead and you can spray some WD-40 on it or some PB Blaster. But now we have better vision for the hose, the suction hose, and the other hose that goes on the compressor. The next step is going to be we're going to go ahead and disconnect that connector that I already disconnected. You guys see where that connector goes right there? What I did is I did this. I used the flathead. I'm going to connect this for you guys. Make sure I'm not in the way. All right, so you're gonna push that tab out. That tab, you're just gonna push it out a little bit, and you're gonna pull. That's how this connector comes out. It's a 3-pin connector. I'm just gonna go ahead and set that on the side over there, and we're gonna move on to the next step. All right, so the next step, we're gonna go ahead and disconnect both AC lines that goes to the compressor. This is one hose. That's the second hose right there. The socket is a T30. That's what the socket looks like. Either you use a short T30 with an extension, or I already have a long socket, so I'm going to go ahead and use that. I have already started unscrewing this one right there. I don't know if you guys see that or not, but once you start unscrewing it, you can do it totally with your hands. All right, that's what the bolt looks like. And I'm going to zoom out a little bit just so you guys could see, have an idea of where I'm at in the engine bay. That's the first bolt. The second bolt is right there next to it on the second line. These two bolts hold the line. I don't know if you guys could see that or not. Let me set my. Did you guys see that? Yeah, it's a little bit hidden. So let me see if I can show you. That's where it's at right there. You guys see that? All right. Perfect. Like I was saying, once you unlock it, you can do it with your hands literally. Okay. That's the second bolt. Both bolts are the same. Now to remove the actual hoses, this is what we're going to do. You're going to go ahead and grab a hold of the hose, and you're going to rock it left and right. There we go. It can be a little bit of a pain. Got my hand from the bottom. Perfect. Okay, that's the first hose right there. Make sure that yellow seal came out with it, the gaskets on there. You definitely want to make sure those gaskets get put back. The second hose, I'm going to do the same thing. Just grab it from the side, just like that. The hose is off. Just going to push it to the side now. And now we have the bolts that holds the AC compressor, which we're going to do the next step. All right, guys, so here we are. The next step now is to push our tensioner to this side and lock it in place using a Allen key, or if you have the right tool for it. I trust the Allen key honestly more. So I have my 16mm on there. I'm going to push it in that direction. Then I'm going to bring my Allen key here, and there is a hole on the side. There you can push in your tool through. Here we go. And now our tensioner is locked. And let me show you what I'm talking about. Perfect. All right, let me get the phone, show you exactly what I'm talking about. So you see how our tensioner now is in that position instead of the other one that what it was earlier. And after I turned it, do you guys see where the Allen key is? There is a hole on the side of the tensioner, and you just push the Allen key through there between that under that notch. See that notch on the tensioner? make sure that sits on there, and that will lock it in place. And now we have access to the bolts for the compressor. We have one bolt there, and the second bolt is right there in the bottom. I'm gonna go ahead and zoom in. That's the one right there. All right, you're gonna need your E12 socket. That's the socket right there. It's a reverse torque E12. That's what it looks like. And I'm gonna go ahead and get on this. That's one. And then the second one in the bottom I showed you in the previous clip. Okay. Now I'm gonna grab my power ratchet. If you're accustomed to power tools, yes, you can go ahead and use a power ratchet. If you do not use power tools on a daily basis, then I would recommend sticking to regular ratchets. Regular normal ratchets, hand ratchet, I mean. All right, so that's the first one. All right, that's our first bolt right there. That's the reverse torque I was talking about. And then the second one. All right, perfect. That's our second bolt right there. Okay, now the AC compressor, we should be ready to remove it. So let me go ahead and start wobbling this. I would say we might need a pry bar to be able to push it out of spots. I'm sure it's seized up on there with all that gunk, so I'm gonna put the pry bar against the, there we go, against the alternator, and I'm just gonna push it like that. Obviously I did not exert a lot of force. I'm not gonna say a normal amount, that was a normal amount of force, but I wasn't also, come on, so now I just gotta wobble it. There we go, until it's out. Then you can bring it up from the front here, set it right there. I'm gonna come from the side now, and I'm gonna be able to pull it out. All right, and that's what our AC compressor looks like. That's how it's mounted on the vehicle. Actually, like this. That's how it's mounted on the vehicle in exactly that position. You have the first bolt over there, and the second bolt right there. Obviously, this bolt was the one we couldn't access, and that's why we pushed the tensioner, or we locked the tensioner to the side. All right, installing this would be, you just have to reverse your steps. I'm just gonna take a quick minute and summarize this for you guys in case you missed anything or missed the placement of the bolts. So like I was just talking about, the AC compressor, the bolt on the top is hooks up right there. I'm gonna get my camera in there and show you. That's where the bolts for the AC compressor goes. I'm gonna zoom out a little bit so you could see. All right, you guys could see that. That's our tensioner. That's where the two bolts goes. So you gotta make sure you lock the tensioner in that spot over there using an Allen key right there. All right, you guys, just a few tips. So this is the new compressor. Whenever you're installing this, make sure you don't tilt it, and it's preferable if you keep the tabs on here. And that's the reason why is because this comes pre-filled with PAG oil, which is the oil for the Freon. So keep those tabs on there until you mount everything. Once you mount it, you can go ahead and remove these. The reason why I do that is because you don't open these and then you're trying to fit it in there and it tilts and spills all the oil inside. Other than that, the other thing I would say, it might be a good idea to press these tabs out until you get it in place, and then once you put the bolt in, the bolt will pull up the nut backward and then it will lock it in place. Other than that, the installation is pretty straightforward. Just retrace your steps. Everything should go back on the same way it came out. I would say make sure if you do not get new seals for the hoses like this yellow one here or the white one right here, I would recommend, if you didn't get new seals, and if you couldn't get new seals, then clean these up pretty well before you install them. If you got new seals, this is what I would recommend. Replace the seals on here, and don't replace them with aftermarkets. I'm going to tell you right now, if you have aftermarket seals, you are better off keeping the original ones. If you did get the original seals, then yes, go ahead and replace it. If you guys like this video, make sure you hit that like and subscribe button for more videos. And if you have any question, make sure you drop them in the comment section below.